Now, the thing that Albo on wages, he stands there and will talk about it all the time, but doesn't have a solution. He stands there and talks about deficits, but doesn't have a solution. Don't tell me, but tell these people and everyone watching why that's such a fraud.
Well, let's start with the first thing. You've all... Look, I bet you everybody here has got themselves a house loan or a business loan in their life. And now when you go to the bank, you have to show them your group certificates, you have to show them your P&L, what you earn and what you spend, right? And what the Labor Party's done, that's called the budget. What the Labor Party's done is they've said, hang on, better not tell them about that. We'll wait till long after the election before we tell them about the budget, about where we earn the money and where we spend the money. What you're hearing now is a lot about where they spend the money. They're not telling you where they're going to earn it from. I can give you two reasons. If they're going to move towards shutting down coal, shutting down gas, shutting down live sheep, well, where else does this money come from? You pay the money. And, you know, right now we hear, I'll give you some classic ones. They've got their safeguard mechanism up here. This is called Domino's, right? Well, it was called Domino's when I was here. Then we called it Geronimo's because usually I was turfed out of it. But this is with my brothers. I remember Chrissy Amphlett from the Divinals being here. That lasted about half an hour before we ended up back on the street. But this is the thing. That ceiling is up there to keep the rat manure off your head, and it's a long way up and it's safe. And what the Labor Party are going to do is going to bring it down to around about this level so all the tall people knock their head on it. And there's 215 of them. Let's put all that aside. I'll give you two of them. Your last two oil refineries in Australia. The last two. They're going to tax them. Now, two things are going to happen from having those last two oil refineries taxed. One is they go to Singapore with all the other oil refineries, so bye-bye, last of our fuel security. See you later, off they go. Or they go, we're not paying this. Guess who's going to pay it? You. You're going to pay it. So this is why we probably haven't seen their budget, because there's a lot of stuff in there that I don't really want to tell you about. What we try to do is say unpopular things, saying, listen, you better export as much live sheep as you possibly can. You better keep exporting coal. You better keep exporting gas. You better keep exporting iron ore. Don't shut down the live cattle trade. Make sure you earn the money, because unless the money comes in, it can't go out. You can't support the NDIS with money you don't have. You can't support Social Security with money you don't have. You can't pay for the police with money you don't have. This is sometimes why on our side, the Conservative side, they don't like us. They go, oh, God, you people are terrible. You tell the truth. And in economics, you've got to. Now, on the wages issue, well, what is Albo's plan? We're going to walk into Home Hardware and say, you must pay people more as of now? Are you going to walk into every Chinese restaurant and say, you will now start paying people more as of now? How's that going to work? Because if they did that to small businesses, you know what the small businesses are going to say? Mate, I can't employ you anymore. Out you go, onto the scrap heap, onto unemployment benefits, $321 a week. You know, this is, and down the Hunter Valley, I saw that today. You know, people in Weatherboard and Ironhouses thinking we've got a Labor government who thinks, and the Greens, well, they're just completely off the planet. They are Burko. But you've got the Labor government who's sort of like, we kind of agree with your job as long as you're talking on Hunter Valley radio, but if I get into Grainler radio, on Radio National, I don't agree with your job. And those people aren't stupid. They've got that. Australian people aren't that stupid. They're not that stupid. They're onto this trick. And, well, it's going to be whatever decision you make is the right decision, absolutely. But I think people are wise up to it. And when I was on pre-poll today, people aren't dopey. They're all over this like a chip, like seagulls over a chip.